All right, we got the white pine. Eastern white pine is considered soft pine with needles and bundles of 5. The tall straight trees were used for ship masts. Some grew up to 100 feet tall. Its seed is food for songbirds, ruffed grouse, turkey, quail, and mice.
This is the white pine, and it used to be, this was such a perfect tree that historically the best pines were actually branded. They were marked for the king's navy, and it was illegal for colonists to cut white pine. White pine is a very, very light wood. It's not a valuable wood anymore because of usually culture changes, but white pine used to be really important. An interesting note, in 1850, the records for pines being floated from this area all across the southern tier, floating logs down the Allegheny all the way to New Orleans. In 1850, it was about 75% white pine and 25% hemlock. By 1875, the white pine had almost disappeared from the floating records because that period of time was so intense of removing white pine historically from. When we're marking timber, if we have a white pine, probably we're going to keep it just because it's so neat.
It's a nice big tree there.
Yeah.
Nice one.
No, I have a question.
Yes.
In Pennsylvania, where I'm from, we're losing like almost all our hemlock and pine to the woolly, what's it called?
They affecting the pine as well?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Red pines, they seem to attack the red pines too.
Okay.
I planted red pine.
Okay.
I just seem to be here much.
With the woolly adelgid, it is a pretty serious threat. It's not here yet, but it does have the potential for taking out primarily hemlock, but it probably will not be as complete as chestnut, for example. There will be there's more resistance to woolly adelgid than we have with other insects. Adelgids, it's a horrible thing. If you are not familiar with woolly adelgid, an adelgid is when somebody came up with the perfect system of how to classify animals. They decided that some animals weren't quite as qualified to be insects, and they are less than insects, so they're adelgids. The adelgid is not very sophisticated. They basically work like aphids. They just puncture a hole into the tree. The tree pumps the juices through this adelgid, and the adelgid just sucks up some of the carbohydrates, and then the rest of it drips off. But what you would see with the hemlock adelgid is underneath the branches, it will be just a solid white mass of. They are actually waxy cells, but they look like cotton.